What's up, YouTube? Now, hold up. We gotta talk about this Jacob Blake situation. We have to. Like, I don't know what's wrong with these people, but anyway, let's get into it. So, if you don't know, let me read a little excerpt for you real quick. On August 23rd, 2020, Jacob Blake, a 29-year-old American black man, was shot from behind 7 times by a police officer in Kenosha, Wisconsin. Police were attempting to arrest Blake during a domestic dispute at which he was a bystander. Blake was tased and scuffed briefly with officers. He was shot 7 times. He's lucky to be alive, literally. Some people get shot less than that and they pass away. But that's beyond the point. You shoot a man 7 times as he's going to the car. His kids are in the car. Apparently people still don't see anything wrong with that. They want to say, oh, he was resisting arrest. Shut the fuck up. Shut up. Shut the fuck up. Like, I don't really understand why this shit is still going on, but then again, I do understand why this shit is still going on. If you know anything about American history, why so many shots? You couldn't shoot him one time. You couldn't try to take him down. It was 3 of y'all and one of him. So y'all don't got no hands. Like y'all just go straight to the gun. Actually, you know what? Let me backtrack. They did tase him allegedly, and I guess it didn't work. Whatever. But there's 3 of y'all, and there's one guy, and you still couldn't apprehend him with your hands. Now he's paralyzed from the waist down. His lawyer just said that I believe he had a shattered vertebrae and a couple of some organ damage. He's paralyzed from the waist down now. Thank God he's still alive at the very least. He can tell his story, but this is retarded. It's just another case, right? It's retarded. What needs to be changed, in my opinion, is a couple of things. I would say that both sides, like not just Jacob Blake, but black men and black people in general, we should move a little bit differently as well. It shouldn't just be, you know, we shouldn't just keep seeing cases like this and just continue acting a certain way necessarily. But in regard to police, like they need to know how to deal with every type of human being. Black people, most of them don't like cops. That doesn't mean that cops are going to stop working, and that doesn't mean that black people are going to stop encountering police. So police need to know how to learn how to. They need to know how to basically deal with every type of ethnic group. Like that's just what needs to happen. But in the future, I would say for people like Jacob Blake, who look like Jacob Blake, like myself, there's a certain way that you can move without being aggressive. There's a certain way you can move. You can still like, you know, not listen to people you can still get your way without this happening to you, you know? Like I've had encounters with police myself, but it never got to a point where they're drawing their weapon or anything like that. I'm a firm believer in energy. I'm a firm believer that you can get what you want without being confrontational. I don't like seeing stuff like this. This happens way too often in this country. But I'm a firm believer of the fact that you should and could live to fight another day. You don't need to get shot 7 times in your back. But you don't have to necessarily be a bitch either, you know? Like you don't gotta bow down to anybody, especially not these cops. This is crazy. Now there's riots going on in Wisconsin and whatnot, but I mean the one thing that we can do as well is encourage everyone to attack the polls. I know it sounds cliche, but there's almost literally no other way that this stuff is going to change. If you really expect for these white people to change their ways without us doing something on our end, it's just not going to happen. We got to attack the polls. We got to just move more militant in general. The same way they move militant, they live by certain codes. We got to live by certain codes. And this guy's children was what I'm really I really think about because I have a kid of my own. My kid ain't about to see no crazy shit like that happen to his dad at all. That's a fact. But what do you guys think? Comment, like, subscribe. See you guys soon.